Most people believe that relationship problems exist only in the present moment. A partner says something hurtful. A colleague criticizes us. A family member disappoints us. Yet many of our strongest emotional reactions are rooted not in what is happening today, but in experiences that occurred years ago. When we feel rejected, abandoned, criticized, or misunderstood, we often react not only to the current situation, but also to every similar experience stored in our memory. Old hurts, unresolved emotions, and unfinished stories can become invisible filters through which we see the world. This is why improving our current relationships often begins by looking back at the ones that shaped us. The past never fully disappears. Every relationship we have ever experienced leaves an imprint. Some experiences teach us trust, safety, and love. Others create fear, insecurity, or the belief that we are somehow not enough. Over time, these experiences become part of our internal programming and influence how we connect with others. This is why a seemingly small event can sometimes trigger a powerful emotional response. A forgotten phone call may create feelings of abandonment. A disagreement may feel like a personal attack. Often, we are not responding solely to the present moment. We are also reacting to old emotional wounds that have been activated once again. The emotional baggage we carry forward. Many people enter new relationships, hoping things will be different this time. Yet if unresolved emotional pain remains beneath the surface, old patterns often reappear. We become overly protective, struggle to trust, fear rejection, or constantly seek reassurance. These reactions do not mean there is something wrong with us. They simply reflect the mind's attempt to protect us from pain it has experienced before. Unfortunately, the very strategies that once helped us survive emotionally can later prevent us from building healthy and fulfilling relationships. Reconciliation is not the same as approval. When people hear words like forgiveness or reconciliation, they often assume it means excusing harmful behavior. In reality, reconciliation is not about agreeing with what happened. It is about freeing ourselves from carrying the emotional weight of the past. We can recognize that people acted from their own fears, limitations, and emotional wounds without justifying their actions. This understanding often creates a sense of peace because we no longer spend energy fighting events that cannot be changed. The most important forgiveness is often self-forgiveness. Many people eventually find a way to forgive others, yet continue punishing themselves for mistakes they made years ago. They replay old decisions, criticize themselves for what they should have done differently, and carry guilt long after the situation has passed. Self-forgiveness is often one of the most important steps in personal healing. When we acknowledge that we made choices based on the knowledge, resources, and emotional state we had at the time, we stop being prisoners of our own history. This does not remove responsibility. It creates space for growth, seeing others through the lens of understanding. As we heal, our perspective on other people often changes as well. We begin to recognize that everyone carries their own fears, insecurities, and emotional struggles. People act in ways that make sense within their own internal world, even when those actions seem confusing or hurtful to us. This perspective does not require us to tolerate unhealthy behavior or ignore boundaries. Instead, it allows us to separate the person from the behavior and approach relationships with greater compassion and clarity. When the past heals, the present changes. We cannot rewrite what happened years ago. We cannot return to the past and create different experiences. What we can change is the way those memories live within us. When old memories lose their emotional charge, they stop controlling our reactions. We become more present, more open, and more capable of experiencing genuine connection. Trust becomes easier. Love feels safer. And relationships begin to reflect who we are today, rather than who we were years ago. This is why healing the past is not about living in it. It is about freeing yourself from it so you can fully live in the present. If you would like to explore emotional healing, personal growth, and relationship transformation more deeply, you can find additional resources and ebooks that may support your journey, enter my store.